Glad you asked, little lighting chick. Today is the conclusion, I hope anyway, boys and girls, the conclusion of the fireworks story that we started the other day. And hi, Wendy. And so, if we can have a short recap here, you know that when Mommy Piggy got her new rocking chair, she was so excited over her new rocking chair that she wanted to surprise the boys and girls and celebrate with fireworks. Well, you know, as Sylvester, Lord, that was Uncle Sylvester Piggy, as Squiggly reminded her with all of this weird stuff that's going on. Remember, Mama, what was it called? The virus, or some sort of a beer virus or something. We can't, how are we going to do the fireworks? And she says, well, we're going to do them in the backyard. So, surprise to all the boys and girls, she called. Now, who did she call? She called Patty Pig's mama, Mrs. Pig. She called Sally and Sadie Skunk's mama, Mrs. Skunk. Sarah Skunk, that's her name, right? And then she called Allie the alligator's mama, Alice. And then she called Ollie the otter's mama, Olivia Otter. And then she called Mr. and Mrs. Farmer Brown. Well, they went off to get their fireworks, and they got, Mommy Piggy got red, white, and blue fireworks, but all the other little boys and girls got all those pretty colors. And I don't remember now the colors. There was pink and blue and purple and silver and gold and, did I say green, I think? Anyway, now, boys and girls, let's be truthful here. Grandmommy doesn't know a thing about fireworks, so I don't know if they have blue and pink and purple, but in my story, they have blue, pink, and purple, and green, and everything, okay? All right. So, now, today is Friday, and Friday night, tonight, they're going to shoot off the fireworks. And remember, Mr. Farmer Brown had a little schedule going, and Mrs. Piggy started off at, anybody remember what time now?
What time?
At 7:30 or 7:15?
Anything you want, it does not say.
Sorry, my crew is not used to working today. Mommy Piggy started off at 7:30, that's what I thought. Hi, Eileen. And Mrs. Skunk, Sarah Skunk, she's going to do hers at 7:45. That's 15 minutes later. And at 8 o'clock, Patty Pig's mommy's going to do hers. And then at 15 minutes after 8, Alice Alligator, she's going to do hers. And then at 8:30, Ollie the Otter Mama is going to do hers. And Mr. Farmer Brown is going to do his at 15 minutes to 9. And his is going to be humongous big. So, the piggies were just so excited. They just didn't know what to do. And they just, oh my gosh, they didn't even want to go out and play today. They were so excited. But Mrs. Piggy says, Mama Piggy says, now you boys and girls, just leave me alone. You go outside, you go down and read your books, you go swimming, just go somewhere out of the yard. I'm trying to work here. You know, sometimes mamas can be that way because they just got so many things they want to do. Well, she was making snacks for a big party after the fireworks. Piggly, Wiggly, and Squiggly did not know that all the boys and girls and their mamas and their papas was coming to their house tonight after the fireworks. And Mrs. Farmer Brown says, well, I'll bring some snacks and some food. And Mrs. Piggy says, Okay, she says, and I'll get the snacks and food ready. Oh, they were going to have such a good time. And she brought sparklers for all the boys and girls to play with. And just, oh, that was going to be, but nobody knew that was going to happen. It was going to be a big surprise. So they went off and they went up to their favorite reading tree. And they read their books, and they just really couldn't read their books. I think they read one page in their books because they were still so excited. And all they were doing is talking about tonight. Don't drink all of that today. And so...
That wasn't part of the story.
And so... GrandMommy lost track where we were going. They had their lunch, because they always take their lunch, you know, in their little pockets and everything. And you remember that Mama Piggy had made Sally's skunk and Patty Pig a little bag with pockets in it to carry all their things with. Oh, they loved those bags, and they had everything stuffed in those bags that they were supposed to have. So they decided to go swimming because it was a hot day, and they went swimming that afternoon. And Allie the alligator got the bestest idea. Allie the alligator stretched all out as long as he could stretch in the pond. And when he put his tail out and his front legs out, do you know how long he was? He was 6 foot tall, 6 foot long. And you know what he said? He said, boys and girls, he said, you can jump up on my back or on my tail, and you can jump off into the water.
Ooh,
Wouldn't that be fun? That would be so much fun. Oh, my gosh. Like the Piggly, Wiggly, and Squiggly, and Sally, and Sadie. They had to be careful with Sadie because, you know, she's a little teeny tiny. Even though she's 2 years old, she's teeny tiny. Remember? So they had to be careful with Sadie. So Allie the alligator said, Sadie, you can sit up on my neck right here, and you can tell the boys and girls when they can jump. Because if they jumped it all at once, whoa, that would be a big splash of water, and we just get wet. And I might just go whoosh in the water, and then you would be just all by yourself. So we better just only one by one jump. So that's what Sadie said. Okay, Piggly, it's your turn to jump. And Piggly, whoopity boom. And then she said, Sally, it's your turn to jump. And Pally goes, boom. And then she says, Little Bad Wolf, it's your turn to jump. And Little Bad Wolf goes, boom, ba-boom. Oh, the kids were having such a good time. And Allie the alligator, he was having a good time looking at him and watching him and everything. So it got to be about 4 o'clock that afternoon, and they said, well, we better go back home now and get dry and eat our supper and get ready to go do our fireworks. So off they go, each one to their own little houses. Well, now remember that Little Bad Wolf lived by himself. And you remember that everybody got together that one day in the woods to make him a new house, because you remember what happened to his house now. The big bad wolf came that night, his daddy, and he huffed and he puffed and he blew the little bad wolf's house down. Remember what happened? The little bad wolf had a little hidey hole, and he opened the trap door and he ran down the hidey hole. He closed the trap door and he ran down the hidey hole, and where did he end up at? He ended up at their reading tree, remember? Mm-hmm. So anyway, everybody got together that next day and they made him a house. You remember that, right? And so he said, well, I guess I'll just sit here and wait until it's time to go back to the Three Little Pigs' house, because I don't have I don't have any fireworks, and so so about that time, you know who comes knocking at his door? Mr. Farmer Brown. And Mr. Farmer Brown says, Little Bad Wolf, have you ate supper yet? No, sir. I'm just sitting here waiting until it's time to go to the fireworks. And Mr. Farmer Brown says, well, that's kind of what Mrs. Farmer Brown thought. So she wants you to come home with me and have supper, and then you can help me set off our fireworks in the backyard. Can I do that? Can I do that? Can I do that? And Mr. Farmer Brown says, yes, you can. You can do that. You can be my helper. Oh, my gracious sakes. He got to help Mr. Farmer Brown. Whew. Doggy, doggy, doggy. Well, it got to be 7:30. And so here comes Mommy Pig. And she got her great big box that she had her fireworks in. And she said, okay, here we go. Now, boys and girls, as I've said, this GrandMommy does not know a thing about fireworks and don't intend to learn anything about fireworks. But she had 2 or 3 of everything that you could buy. So you boys and girls probably know more than I do, so you can just figure out what all the fireworks were. They just was going off, and it was pretty and colors and shooting this way and shooting that way and making a big bunch of stars that way. Oh my gracious sakes. Why, it was almost like being at the lake like they used to be. It was almost that good. So she got through, and Mrs. Sarah Skunk, she was looking ahead of her clock, and she said, okay, it is 5 minutes to 8, and I do mine at 8 o'clock. It's 2 minutes to 8. I'm ready. Whoops, it's 8 o'clock. So out the door she goes, and she had a great big box, and she goes, little. Oh my gosh, they were just as pretty as what Mama Pig's were. All the boys and girls were so excited because, remember, they were doing them in their backyards. So here's Mrs. Piggy's house, and over here is Mr. Sarah Skunk's house, and then here was Allie the Alley. They were just all around, It was like walking in a circle looking at the fireworks. It was really cute.
That would be cool.
That'd be real cool. Well, then 8 o'clock, Mrs. Pig, Patricia Pig, Patty Pig's mama, she was going to let her light hers. And at 15 minutes after 8, Allie the Alligator's mama says, okay, it's our turn. And Allie the Alligator says, can I help? And she says, well, these are dangerous now. She said, I tell you what you can do. You can hand them to me when I call out what I want. 'Cause she had made a list, and she knew what she wanted to light first and what she wanted to light last, and anything in between was okay. But she had 2 special ones, one for the beginning and one for the ending. Alice Alligator is really smart, and she's very thoughtful when she does things. So everything she does is really nice. Well, I was getting close to 8:30, and Olivia Otter said, oh, okay, it's almost 8:30. It's 25 minutes after 8. I hope Mrs. Alligator is on time. 27 after 8. We've got 3 more minutes, Ollie. And Ollie the Otter says, oh, that's so much fun. We're having such a good time. And so here it came, 8:30, and here comes Mrs. Olivia Otter. She's out in the backyard, and her husband is helping her, and they are lighting up all the different colors and whatever color that they had down for theirs, and they just were, oh, it was beautiful. Well, Mr. Farmer Brown, he was watching his watch, and at 15 minutes to 9, he starts lighting his, and he had some of every color. He had red, white, and blue rocket ships, and he had purple stars, and he had green stripes, and he just had everything. He had everything. It was a great big bang, bang, boom, bam, bam, bing, bang, boom, fireworks. And at the very last fireworks, guess what it was? there was a whole bunch of red goes this way, and white went up like this, and blue went this way, and then here comes fireworks in the shape of the American flag, all red, white, and blue. That was beautiful. Well, about 9:30, they all come back to Mrs. Piggy's house, and Piggly, Wiggly, and Squiggly, they were all excited, and they ate. Oh my gosh, they ate dessert, and they ate chips and dips, and they ate fresh fruit, and they ate little teeny tiny vegetables that most little boys and girls don't like, but when they cut them real little and put dip in them, everybody likes them. Oh my gracious sakes, they had lemonade and they had iced tea. Such a grand time for the 4th of July. It was really nice. And tomorrow is 4th of July. So, I guess it is, isn't it?
Yes.
So,
in real life, she's doing
in real life, it really is, yes. And so, even though they couldn't go to the lake and watch the fireworks, they had a good time. And they didn't know what they were going to do tomorrow, but they thought they just might stay home with their mamas and their papas, and their grandmamas and their grandpapas, and their aunts and their uncles, and they would just have a great big picnic. And that, boys and girls, is what everybody in the forest did. They all stayed home, and they all had picnics out in their backyard. And boys and girls, that's the end of that story, and we will see you Monday. Bye-bye.